Page 12, palm trees that reach the sky. Well, this thing just looks plain old ugly. We'll get into it, and maybe we'll find out it's not so ugly once we get in to kind of understand what's going on. On the other hand, we may get into it and realize this really is ugly. Ugh. I'm just going to go through the same system I always go through. I trust that process to get me through. It'll tell me. Maybe this is something I don't want to do now. I don't know. We'll find out. I look it over. It's 2 pages long. Treble bass clef, 4 sharps in the key signature. This is in the key of E major. So if you're doing scales and arpeggios, do the scale for E major and arpeggio. And if you're doing minors, do the scale for C sharp minor in the arpeggio, because it has 4 sharps. 4/4 time signature, and we got 8th note triplets. 1 enda, 2 enda, 3 enda, 4 enda, or triplet, triplet, triplet. I'm going to take both hands at the same time because it's usually one hand or the other playing. At the beginning, we're just playing the E chord here, 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 and an E. That's all it is. And this type of pattern is all over the place. It may not be an E chord, it may be something else, but this is what it is. Triplets. 1 and 2 and you get the left hand up here. That's all it is. 1 and a 2 and a. I mean, you memorize the first measure real quick because you got to look at the keyboard. That's fine. And then the second measure, you're here, it's triplets and all these ledger lines. Well, you're already on 3, and you look at the next one, it's another 4 ledger line. That would be here, and that's a B, that top note. So you're just basically in this position. That's all it is. So the first 2 measures is that. Play that with thumb. And the next 2 measures is the same pattern, but now we're on an A major chord. And the next measure, second line, second measure, that is a B major chord. You can do here. If you want to stay out here, it's here. I don't know how big your hands are. See, we're just using that chord and each time, and then the third line's back to the E. Now, third line, third measure. Now we're here. The left hand's got whole notes. Hold it down. And then here, you can lift up here in the left hand. And then last line, if you don't want to be up here in the left hand, do that to a 2/4. And then down here, this is the last line on page 12, second measure. You hear these, and that E on the left hand is tied for the whole measure. So hold it down like that. The E's held down, and then you're doing the same thing up here. Same notes, you're just up here. You hear? And then you just reach up to E an octave above. This is the first line on page 13, the last 2 measures. You're here. Music is the same note, but it has an 8V above it. Go up here. If you have a short keyboard, you don't have the notes. You do use the highest ones you have. It's fine. And then you come back down here and do what you were doing at the beginning. So I put the hands together, and then I'll go back over it slowly, maybe a couple, 2 to 4 measures at a time, and get rid of any hesitations. Keep it slow. And then I add the articulation, which this is very connected. You just connect it. So just connect it all as best you can. Then the dynamics, mezzo forte at the beginning. It's both hands. There's no melody. It's both hands, sort of loud. Then you get down to the third line on page 12, the third measure, mezzo piano. This is the right hand. That's the melody. This needs to be in the background, soft or very soft. And then the last measure on page 12, you come down, you're going to echo that softly, very soft. And then on page 13, second line, you're back mezzo forte like you were at the beginning. And at the last line, you're going to go up to loud. So the last line, you're starting that sort of loud. Now the last two beats is where you go up. Yeah, ba-da-da-dum. That's where the crescendo is, there toward the end. Don't start crescendoing too soon because then it ruins the effect. The crescendo is not a straight line wherever you're going. It's a little bit of change, and then toward the end of it, then you go up. That's shaping the crescendo that makes it more effective. Now, once I get all that, I think about the speed. Allegretto is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But the triplet's got to be even and accurate. So how fast can you do those? How fast can you do those? And that'll be your allegretto for now. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. But again, each beat gets a slight accent. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Keep the feeling of the beat going. And I think if you can play the 16th notes that fast accurately, that's fine. If not, slow it down. It's up to you and how fast you can play it accurately, but make sure you do the whole piece at the same speed. Don't play the beginning, that, and then get down to the third line here and speed it up all of a sudden. No, it's got to all be the same speed. And now they've added pedal. Isn't that lovely? You've learned it up to this point, I hope, without pedal, so you hear everything clearly and you know the fingers are doing what they're supposed to do, because the pedal can cover it up. That's bad technique. When we add the pedal, it looks like they're just smearing it all together. Except when you get to the third line, you can lift the pedal so we get a little silence before we go on, and that's fine too. Look for on the pedal indications. When it's a little caret thing, boop, 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 that's a change pedal. But when it comes up, and then there's a little space in there, and then it comes down, that's where you lift up, where you get a little silence with the pedal. It's a different. Yeah, it's like the third line down between the second and third measure on page 12. The pedal lines come out. It's not a little caret. The pedal lines come up and down. That's where you lift up like a phrase. And you'll get that over on page 13 also. You look for it. It's there at the top of the page. Now, because the notes go by so quickly, you got to push that pedal down with a note here, or you won't catch it. And when I change the pedal, it's when I play the note. You don't have time to overlap it. But when you get down to the third line, now lift the pedal with the hands. We get a little silence to go on. Here I can overlap the pedal. I can lag it. So the third measure, the third line on page 12. Notes first, then the pedal. Each time. All the way through until you get to the end of the first line on page 13. You're up here. Lift the pedal with the hands again and then go on. And that's the pedal. There is a fermata at the end. You can hold that note out longer. I didn't because I was tired of hearing it, so I let go. That's interpretation, how long you hold it. But do it with a metronome. I'll hold it 8 counts instead of 4 because I just double the value each time. Let's play this together slowly to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not doing any louds and softs. We're not performing it. And I'm not going to do the pedal because you can hear the notes better without the pedal. Pedaling is pretty simple here, I think. So I'm going to give us 4 counts. We're going to go rather slow, although the triplets are going to seem kind of fast. This may take a little more practice on your part to build it up fast enough to play it with me. That's okay. but we're still going to take it way slow compared to how fast it should go. 1 and 2 and ready and go and 2 and yeah. 2 and 3 and go and 2 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and go and 2 and 3 and 4 and and 2 and 3 and 4 and hold 2 and 3 and 4 and off.